It's that time of year again. Hello, welcome to Game Rating Review. My name is Mark Lujan, and today I'm going to be talking about Black Friday. And is it appropriate? I have always been a fan of Black Friday. I've always liked it. It's always been part of my life, buying video games, buying accessories like the TV stand or my TV or a lot of cheap video games. I bought so many cheap video games last year. It was great. I got a good haul in. But as I reflect on it further, and as I'm sort of distancing myself away from Black Friday and looking at it from just an outsider's perspective this year, I don't know if I'm going to take part of it, but I was going to do a video about like my favorite or the best deals you can get on Black Friday, and I started looking through the list and I was like, wow. And like, not only do they have these things, but the way you get them, the way you have to fight through people doesn't seem right. Because it's not just the other people you're dealing with. It's not just the crowds and the craziness of Black Friday and the fighting that I've heard and seen at Walmart. Believe it or not, and I wasn't even Black Friday shopping. I walked into Walmart forgetting it was Black Friday one year, because I always go to Best Buy, and I walked into Walmart to just get something, and I heard people yelling, and a cop ran up. He separated them, and it's Black Friday. I better go to Best Buy. I usually go later in the night, and Walmart starts earlier, so I think that's what happened. I don't remember what happened that year, but it was crazy. And I know people who work during Black Friday. It's the most stressful time of year. And people act like ravenous ants or ravenous bugs. They come in and consume everything. They fight for who gets the best bite of the stuff or the food or the products that are there. And they all consume them, and then they all go away. And you hope that they can be civil, but sometimes they're not. And they've tried, different companies tried different things to make sure that these ravenous bugs aren't killing each other. The best I saw was actually last year at Best Buy. The worst thing you had to fight was a really long line when you were checking out. I mean, me and my brother David, we were there together, and we bought probably 4 games each and got under $100 for both of them. So that was pretty cool. But we think about the deal so much, we don't really think about the people that are working. People working at GameStop and Best Buy and Walmart and I guess Amazon. But I guess Amazon, I know they hire more people during this time of year for the influx, but you still have people having to box stuff up, ship it, make sure it gets to the right place, make sure it gets to you quickly, because that's another thing. When we want something, we want it now as Americans. Should we even feed into Black Friday? We should go deals. And yeah, we want to save money. I understand that. But is it worth the trouble of standing in line for 3 hours to save, $30 for something? Is it really worth it at the end of the day? A lot of people say so. I didn't grow up rich. I am not even close to being remotely, barely even middle class currently. And it's just like, yeah, I understand wanting to get the deals. I get that. And if there's any other ways to get them, yeah. But does it have to be on one day? Does it have to be on Black Friday? There's different ways to do it other than that, but I understand that need for the deal. I get it, right? But should we feed into it? Should we become part of this mass group of bugs that are just trying to consume and fight? And maybe that's the American way, to get deals and to just succeed. I wanted that 42-inch TV. By the way, I had no idea that 4K TVs are so affordable. I am shocked. I'm shocked. Not for Black Friday specifically, just the fact that they're out. I thought 4K wouldn't get cheap for another year, and here it is, pretty darn cheap. So that new Xbox you wanted to get, the PlayStation Pro, I mean, they're kind of justified purchases if you get a 4K TV, which pretty cool. I just don't like what Black Friday does to people. I just don't like it. I don't like the mentality that people don't become people to you anymore. There are things that are in your way, right? And to me, that's more of a sports mentality. Well, if you really want to succeed, you have to just, no one else can get in my way. I have to be the successful one. I have to be the one who wins. And Black Friday is like, I have to punch, scrape, and scream and lie and deceive and do whatever I got to do to get this thing for either a Christmas present or more specifically and more often for themselves. So, I don't know. It's a weird time of year. I've debated in my head a lot, and I'm not sure. I used to be part of it. Now I'm not so much part of it. Not like I used to be. I used to get really excited about it, and now I'm taking a step back and seeing that it's kind of not okay. And I would like to know what you think. That would make me happy to hear if Black Friday is worth it. Maybe it is monetarily, but is it worth it in here and in here? Is it worth it to our mental states to think, it's time for the competition? And some people live for Black Friday. It's saved up my money. I'm going to get those deals and go. Some people do it out of necessity. There are people who do it out of necessity. Don't get me wrong. Growing up poor sucks. And this is the only way you can afford a TV for your family, because you still have a tube TV, or you have a very small TV, you want to get a bigger one, or you need a TV. Sometimes it's the only way to do so. And if you want to get that present for your kid, it's the only time to do it. I understand that. But the competitive nature of it all, the way people just destroy each other and act like they're not human anymore, I don't know. If it's going to turn us into those things, is it really worth it after all? Thank you for watching Game Rating Review. My name is Jean-Marc Lejean. Please hit the like, subscribe button, like what you see. And that was my opinion on Black Friday.